I like how we both went in an exact second together.
What's happening, guys? It's Pass the Gravy, episode 464. Happy Gravy Day to everybody. Unfortunately, Bobby Jokes will not be here. We don't I cannot officially confirm it, but I would say it's like an 88% chance he has monkeypox.
I thought it was buzzitis.
Buzzitis or monkeypox, either of the two. But yeah, Bobby was out at BuzzFest hanging out with us. The event for the station I work at, 94.5 The Buzz, if you do not know what that is. We were at BuzzFest this past weekend, and Robert was working and not drinking, and Robert is the one of us that got sick. So it feels like maybe drinking saved us.
Oh yeah. Well, just everything, man. That's it. Some people might have noticed in my opening cues, I changed some of it to who, because my MVP for that concert was the Mongolian rock band, The Who. They were fucking outrageously awesome. I was ready. My buddy actually turned to me and goes, now I understand why at one point Mongolia captured a third of the world. And I was like, yeah. I was ready to go fly over to Ukraine and start fighting Putin after listening to their music. It got me
played
jacked
that
up.
music, and you were like, all right, let's fucking go. Time to conquer.
Yeah, it's fucking so goddamn amazing. So I would like to thank you, my buddy Tyler, that you got into it. He would like to thank you for an amazing time, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I didn't really do anything. I work it's one of those work perks. You're like, oh,
you handed me the things that you did that.
Yeah, I did. But that I also handed a couple of other people tickets that I got tickets for too. So
and it was great seeing all the Gravy Gang too.
Except you did fuck us, because the one time I was trying to get a picture of you, me, and Robert, where we were all together in the same area, you were nowhere to be found.
I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, Pat, where are you? And you didn't answer your phone. And
well, it's kind of hard to feel your phone going off during BuzzFest.
That's true. He was vibing. But the Gravy Gang, speaking of BuzzFest, passed the fuck out of the vibe check.
Oh yeah,
they passed the vibe check. It was one of the coolest things, just seeing when we've had the Gravy Gang show up before to BuzzFest, but there was Pass the Gravy gear on so many people. It was so cool to hang out with all you guys, and I was telling Pat earlier, just see oh, you're so and so on Twitter. You're so Melissa Hyde, Mel Hyde, myself, and Raymundo met each other in person for the first time, and it was wait, you're Mel Hyde, myself, and it was so cool just seeing that. And yeah, dude, the Gravy Gang has meetups beforehand to hang out and stuff. I loved it. It was cool being part. Being amongst the Gravy Gang, and you guys is the reason we keep doing this shit. You guys is the reason that we podcast. So it was fun hanging out with you guys. We did the lawn walkabout, and that was fun. And it was hot.
I did about 3/4 of it.
Yeah.
Once you turned, we went up and around, and then you turned to go back upstairs again. I was like, I'm out. No more stairs for me.
Yeah. No, it was hot. It makes sense. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Shout out to our buddies at Lucid Illusions. Those guys opened up BuzzFest and put on a fucking show. That The Who was awesome, but I think Lucid Illusions was just personally my favorite, just because I was so excited to see the guys, and just they could not have knocked it any more out of the park than they did. And it was awesome to see those guys. There was not really a roof. There was an awning, but if there was a roof, they would have blown the roof off that bitch. And there was a large crowd for them to open it up. But a lot of times people kind of trickle in to shows like that, and people wanted to see Lucid Illusions, and they got themselves a fucking show seeing Lucid Illusions. But BuzzFest was awesome. We're already into the pre-com segment.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to everybody that came out to BuzzFest, and I'm looking forward to the next one already. What we got next? Anything that you wanted to bring to the table to open the pot up with, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, I had this in the not cool, but it's not really not cool. It's just, this is kind of a perfect door into who I am as a person. I went and bought a new car on Monday, but it wasn't physically there yet. It was supposed to be shipped in the next morning. So afterwards, I called my aunt, who had helped give me a bunch of money towards it, and then her and my sister both asked me. They're like, "Oh, what color is it?" And I was just like, I don't know. I remember they
you hadn't seen it yet?
No, because there was a line that's, I think it's like a shade of blue. I'm not 100% sure, but like that's honestly the last thing I fucking give a shit about. I was like, oh, it's got good gas mileage. It's
What was, like,
brand new
neon
too,
pink?
by the way. I probably wouldn't care. I'd be like, okay, I drive a pink car now. It's easy to find.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like, and plus, if anybody looked at that car, they're like, oh my God, the messiest girl in the world owns this car now. But no, I think like as long as it's not like the hot pink or like bright yellow, I think I'd be okay.
Just plaid.
But it's just like, oh God, I know I saw there was like a line that said what color it was, and I know I saw that, and I feel like it was like a bluish, like not cerulean, but I feel like it was a similar C word that means blue. But honestly, it could be any color when I get it, and I wouldn't fucking know.
You're car colorblind is what you really are.
Yeah. Oh, I see people color, just not car color. That's
big of you to not see color.
Yeah. I mean, I celebrate people color. I celebrate our differences. I'm the Pope of Houston, man. I have to accept everybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you and Robert, at least, like if Robert was here, like y'all would have that to bond on because he probably wouldn't know the color of your car either.
Oh yeah, like meme of like the two hands, me and Robert not knowing what color my car is.
Somebody make that meme. Verbal meme.
Josh Tree. I'm sure it'll be you. Get
Somebody
on it.
Make that. All right. That's great. Yeah. But yeah, that is pretty funny though. Like so would you get again?
Corolla.
Badass. It's a good one.
Yeah, I went Toyota because I was like, and I only let them upsell me on one thing, and it was only like $6 more a month. It was the windshield coverage for 5 years because these new windshields with all the sensors and shit are like $1,600 to replace.
Yeah, my brother had to get he had like a crack in his windshield. He had to get that fixed, and they like he had to go to a special guy to like reset the sensors on it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a pain in the ass. I didn't realize.
And like I never have to pay for an oil change again, tire rotation, shit like that. It's all covered. That's like anything goes wrong that I need to replace because I bought new from Toyota. If other people just like walk in and then I show up after them, they're like, oh no, he bought, like I have priority now. I'm a priority person now. You know,
I already own. So maybe get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my face, right?
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm priority. Any Toyota, not just the one I bought from, anywhere in the country,
anywhere,
and Canada. If I'm in Canada and I need help,
you could just go for a vacay, dude.
Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
I don't know why I would have my car in Canada. That's quite a drive.
Maybe you're road tripping with the bros, dude. Maybe we go on a bro trip.
A bro trip in a Toyota Corolla. That'll be a lot of room for all of us.
So much room. Want it to be like we're just gonna take the essentials ourselves, and that's it. Yeah, a lot of beef jerky.
And of course, we'll just fill the trunk with Southern Star.
Yeah, Southern Star and beef jerky and
the essentials.
That's all you need for a trip to Canada and back.
Stogies, boy trip.
We'd probably get to Canada, be there for about 10 minutes, like, let's get back.
It's too cold.
Not for me. I'm out.
What do you got?
Speaking of Canada, or I mean, it's not really speaking of Canada, but ski places always have a shit ton of ski lifts. Duh, it's a ski resort. I feel like a lot of places around the country struggle with public transportation. Why not throw ski lifts in like every major city? And yeah, okay, like it doesn't have to be open air like a lot of those ski lifts are where it's just a chair, but like how efficient is that to get people across like town? Like just hop on this. It's like a merry-go-round, or not a merry-go-round. It's like a Ferris wheel. Like you just hop on when it gets to you, and then you just ride it until it gets to the part you need to get off, and you're like, boop, I'm out.
So basically, it's just like a slow moving, but constantly moving aerial train.
Exactly. But it can go over shit, so you don't have to build a bunch of train tracks.
Oh yeah, like it just goes between the buildings and stuff. I could get,
or above them. You can go up and then go back down, and it's.
Well, we got some tall buildings in Houston. I don't know if we want to.
We could go around those.
But I think downtown Houston, that'd be tight.
It would make sense. It feels like it would be like after you establish, like you build the base of it originally, like you would only have to like maintain the cars and stuff like that. But like they have those where they're like boxes, so like, or pods. Like you could have a pod that you get in and just ride that, and then you're like, oh, my stop's coming up. All right, and you get out.
The downside would be if it breaks down and you're just hovering 150 feet over downtown Houston. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I
die
thought
from heat
about that.
exhaustion.
I did think about that, but they could be air conditioned. If it was, a pod, you could have an air
Well, here's
conditioned
the thing:
pod.
if it's pod, then they're not continually moving where you just jump on. Then they have to have stops. If we're gonna do this, I think it needs to just be the chairlift.
Maybe we have maybe it's it is just like one of those Ferris wheel ones where you have kind of like the cage so your people aren't jumping out of it, but like you're like secured into it. Maybe even a seatbelt if you want. I don't know.
I like the idea. I mean, we got to flesh out some details.
There's
I think it's
definitely
a damn
some
good idea.
flaws, but it makes sense. Like, cause there's all these buses and shit you see around. It's like, I mean, if you had, I don't know how many chairs you'd have to get, but you could get a bunch of chairs or just like pods or boxes or whatever it is that you have people standing in. You could even have you could probably fit 4 to 6 in one thing. And then you slide the door, you just hop on out, you're good. It goes down enough to where you can hop out. There's stops, but you got to kind of be quick.
But even if you get stuck up in the air, it's got like an emergency rope on the side of it that you just release it, and then like you unlock your thing, and then you just got to slide down the rope to the ground. It's inconvenient, but it's it's emergency exit.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, ropes are tight, dude. Like I used to love like rope day in PE. Super fucking fun. Super fun every time.
As long as you weren't the person that couldn't climb the rope, and I was never that guy. I wasn't the best at climbing the rope, but as long as you weren't the person who's like, oh, I can't even get up off the ground.
As much fun as climbing it was, like sliding back down the rope, like trying to go fast enough but not give yourself rope burn, always fun. Or like we figured out too that if you grabbed it and like got a good running start, you could actually swing yourself up and dunk at one of the nearby hoops in the gym.
That's sick.
That was a lot of fun.
That seems like a bunch of fun.
Oh yeah. Or just
like they could also just have like those like emergency fire ladders where it's like a chain ladder kind of, you just kind of hang it down.
I still like my rope idea more. It's more fun.
I like the rope idea too, but like maybe we'll run it by like R&D when we're developing this whole system. But I really think like a ski lift type system would work a lot better than buses.
Yeah, maybe not Houston, just because it does get so hot in the summertime. But like if we were doing this in say like Colorado Springs or Denver probably better. I don't know the city situation in Colorado Springs. Mm-hmm. But like Kansas City,
mountains there.
Kansas City, it's a little bit higher up. Like
Wichita.
Anywhere from like the northern part of Texas to like as high up as, let's say, Indiana. Like that sweet spot in the middle of the country where it's just kind of nice most of the day. Like California cities, it would work. They would find a way to make it too expensive though. But
it would.
Yeah, like Vegas be a lot of fun. No, Vegas, bad idea. A lot of people losing money. They'll try and kill themselves on it. So let's hold off on Vegas. That's why
you have it caged in, so you can't.
People will find ways to get out of it, man.
They probably would. So don't do it in Vegas. But we'll figure it out. It's just the idea is there. We just got to perfect it.
The middle slice of the country, where it's not too hot in the summertime. I think that's where we go.
I mean, not necessarily. Memphis, Tennessee would be a great place.
And Nashville. Great.
Nash Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So like along the lines of a ski lift, but not quite a ski lift. Just something to improve, efficiency in buildings is, I think more buildings should just have slides that go to different floors. A slide option, not necessarily replacing elevators, but like, oh, dude, I got to go down to the 3rd floor. I'm on the 8th floor. I don't want to wait for this elevator. Let me just slide it.
Like one side of the building has the staircase. The other one has the slide case.
Yeah. And like sometimes you could hide it. So it's like, bro, you know where the slides are? And you could get anywhere. All kinds of comes out at the same spot on each floor, but like they just go differently. Obviously, you can only go down, but that saves you from having to wait. Then like I bet a lot of people would just go elevator up, slide down.
Definitely. I mean, the slides is fun. It's fun.
Just something.
I'm all about it. That's one of your better ideas, buddy.
All right. What else did we have here for this week? I think that might have been it. Is that all?
Price is Right.
Oh fuck, dude! How I almost forgot this. I did jot that down. Today, at work, they don't have cable at the new building that I'm in, so we got a Roku. So that's progress. So I had to go log into, I think it was my Paramount Plus account. I logged into my Paramount Plus account and was trying to just find like news so we can kind of just keep up with what's going on, I guess. And I found like the local CBS station and just kind of had that on. But then The Price is Right came on after a certain point, and it was like Drew Carey's looking crazy, like he's awesome. But I didn't realize that now they have replaced some of the prize presenter girls, the Vanna White type ladies, where they're just like, and here you could win a jet ski, and it's some girl in a nice fancy dress, and she's just like waving her arms gesturing towards the jet ski. They have presenter dudes now. Like it's just a dude in a collared shirt, and he's like, "Here, it's a washing machine. This
I mean, you got it.
is a fancy iron." And like, I just thought, like, how sick would that be as a gig, being a presenter guy?
Sweet.
And it obviously has a lot more stuff to it, probably than we realized just from looking at it. But like, most
I don't think so.
vaguely gesturing towards something.
Yeah, it's about time they got some beefcake up there for the ladies and the gentlemen that enjoy beefcakes.
Finally, equality, something for men.
Yeah. Now we just need Drew Carey to show a little nipple, and we're really showing some progress.
Do you think they would ever like replace Vanna White with a dude? Just like the pointer guy. He's like, here you go. F's are here. C's are here. D's are here. Ding, ding.
No, that's
ding.
that's taking a job away from a lady. No. When Vanna finally decides she's done and wants to retire, let's bring in another lady who deserves the job.
But is what Price is Right is doing not also taking away jobs from ladies by like making male presenters now?
Well, no, that's just equality, because now they're not just objectifying women for their looks. We're also doing it to men.
What if we get a female Pat Sajak to like host? Female host, male letter pointer guy.
I'd be okay with that. You got to have
balance, equality.
Yeah.
Big equality guys here.
Lady's going to be in one of the top 2 spots on the show.
I like that rule.
Yeah.
I like that rule as a podcast that currently is just between 2 guys right now. But we're not a game show. So if we were, we would have a lady doing something.
Yeah. Dolphinitely. Maybe how sick would it be if they just switched Vanna and Drew one time? Like let her host and he had to flip it. But every time he tried to talk, she was just like, no, that's not your role.
Nuh-uh. Touch.
I'm the captain now.
Fucking letters.
Drew, you get to speak at the end when I talk to you for fucking 16 seconds.
I just want to be a presenter guy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want Vanna's job. Being letter dude would be dope as fuck. And I would want that to be my title. Official letter dude.
Ding, ding.
Big. See that? I did that shit. I flipped that letter.
I remember like my childhood was slightly shattered when I figured out that it wasn't because she touched them, that it just lit up on its own.
Didn't they used to have like she would actually flip the letter though? I feel like I remember that. Now it's it's just a screen now.
But when it was the screen, I used to think like Vanna touches it and the screen's like, bing, here you go. But no, it was just, it turned blue when she touched it, so I was watching her.
Yeah. But I feel like that's why like she was there in the first place, because somebody had to physically flip the letters.
And then Vanna White was really hot, and they're like, just still touch them.
Like, this is the 70s. We just need a hot lady.
This is working. All right, let's keep it going.
I mean, that was back in the days when, what was his name? Richard Dawson would like, or no, I'm thinking of Family Feud, where he would just straight up kiss every woman on the lips. Big, nice to meet you. Oh, this is your daughter?
All of them.
You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Look up Price is Right, kiss on lips. It's fucking wild to watch nowadays. Oh, how our culture has changed.
Oh, how the turntables. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the pre-com segment. But oh no, update. Motivational bro is going well. You know, I'm trying to motivate my bros every single day. Rise and grind, guys. And I think so far it's working. A lot of people are telling me that it's extremely motivational. So I'm gonna keep it up for at least another week.
Like if you did it without the voice and like you did it, say you were outside. I know you don't really go on runs, but like you just filmed yourself at the end of a run. If you go, taking off the headset as you look into your camera, like, oh really? You're just now taking off the headphones as you start the video. Cool guy. Like it would look authentic. It would look so authentic if you were just outside, like, I just did 1.3 miles, and I just made me think, why don't we all give that extra 0.3%?
Life is really like a long run, anyways. Where are you in your run? Are you towards the end?
God, it is a long run. I fucking
just getting started. Are you right in the middle? You can get to wherever you want to go. It's up to you, bros. Rising grind.
That's one I would do. I think. See, the run can stop whenever you want. You can just end the run. People won't understand.
You could, but what does that say? Choose not to end the run, bros. Rising grind. Rising grind.
I should just put like response videos underneath all of yours. Like, I'm pro-choice. So, if you choose to end it, I'm okay with that. Alex is not pro-choice.
No, I'm pro motivating you to make the choice, bro. Your choice.
Sometimes you try to motivate them not to make the choice to end it.
Bro, just do what you got to do, dog. Rise and grind.
Rise and grind.
Rise and grind. All right. All right. Moving on. Let's get to the Comeback Kid segment where we shoehorn whatever we think is back in the news this week. It's brought to you by littlemshop.com, the best air fresheners, best everything in the entire world. Do you want some little compact mirrors, keychains? Get some custom keychains. They got awesome stickers, all kinds of cool things. When you head over to littlemshop.com, if you order $10 or more, you're gonna get you get free shipping on your order, and you can also get 10% off your order when you use promo code PTG69 at checkout. It's promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com. We love the air fresheners. They got teas. They got all kinds of paper goods. They got little schedules and journals, everything that you could think of. Pretty much Little M has it. Go check them out, littlemshop.com. Let them know you heard about them on Passive Gravy. They're at Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little EM Shop on Instagram. Support the people supporting the podcast. littlemshop.com. Promo code PTG69 for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com. This is the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Our first Comeback Kid this week, it's got to be Top Gun, right? Top Gun Maverick is out. I think that's what the name of it is. But yeah, Top Gun 2, basically. It's like 87 years after the first one. They came out with another one. I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it yet?
No, I think maybe I might need to go see it tomorrow. Just because it, like, most of the time I'm like, when they're like, dude, you got to see it in theaters. I'm like, I really don't though. Like, I like my couch. I think this is one that I have to see in theaters though. Like I've heard nothing but amazing reviews from people that I actually know that have seen it. I've only seen like 3 people online, like, yeah, it's okay. But basically everyone is phenomenal reviews saying it's just as good, if not better than the original, except for like one scene when they're on the beach. It's kind of a little tacky, but I've heard it's just fucking great.
The football scene.
Yeah. The dog fight football, whatever it's called. And people like that wouldn't actually work. So I'm excited to see how ridiculous that scene is.
Well, as you were talking, I briefly started reading the book version, aka the Wikipedia.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I accidentally I thought I was just going to get a short plot summary, and I started reading a second paragraph. I was like, oh no, they've already reviewed this, and I closed it.
So yeah, just reading. Yeah, Weezy didn't want to spoil it either. But just reading the skimming over the plot synopsis, aka the book,
sounds dope.
It looks like a good one. So I would, you know what, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars. Just missed that extra sizzle for me. Could have used a little sizzle.
I mean, they've got a mustache though, so like I think that's worth at least an extra half a star.
And Val Kilmer's in it, so maybe it's 4.5 stars out of 5.
Miles Teller with a mustache. Talk about beefcake.
John Hamm, he's in it. I saw that he was on the cast list, and he was also on Sports Center promoting it too. So, Top Gun, that's back. We haven't seen it. We probably should have made sure one of us saw it before we brought it as a comeback kid. But whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I
Next
might end
Comeback
up just
Kid.
ordering it on my TV as soon as I can.
I don't think you can. Oh yeah, just you wait until it comes out because people are like, you got to see it in the theaters. I'm like, I don't have to see it in the theater.
But here's the thing: it'll be cheaper to see in theaters than renting it on my home couch.
What is it?
It's like whenever you can rent it. Well, no, when
$28.
yeah, when it first comes out, able to rent through like Xfinity or DirecTV, whatever you have, it's always like $24, $28. But I mean, I think they factor that into, well, it's probably gonna be multiple people watching it, so we got to get at least 2 tickets worth of money on this.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's also like do they still get the movies in between theaters and DVD and stuff in hotels? Because remember, like I don't know how much y'all traveled as a kid, but I remember like when I'd go, like if our dad would take us on a vacation or whatever, you get to watch some movie that was like that was just in theaters. Now it's not in theaters anymore, but it's not even out yet. That's crazy. And hotels would get it to just like watch on their thing. And he'd be like, well, we can watch this movie then. Okay. We watched Mars Attacks after it had like come out. It was out of theaters, but not quite out like to to VHS or whatever it was back then. But I remember like it was a big deal. We had to watch Mars Attacks.
What a ridiculously awesome movie that was.
Such a weird fucking movie.
The Martians just like honked at you.
Just evaporated you. Yeah, that was weird. Go look,
All-star
look
cast
up the
too.
movie poster if you don't know what we're talking about. Right?
Yeah, and then look up the
Mars
cast
Attacks.
that's in it, and you're like, holy fucking shit, what a cast!
It was a pretty wild.
But I don't know. Somebody who still travels, let us know if they do that, because fuck if I know.
But also, like, I'm not gonna go out to most movies, and I'll just if you can just buy it.
I think this one's worth it though.
Probably.
But
I
I mean, I also
Many Saints of Newark would be, and I ended up just watching it because it was awkward.
But like the reason I think this is one you need to see in movie theaters is because it's a big action movie with like fighter jets and like up in the sky sequences, shit like that.
I see an IMAX.
Like I don't really need to see young Tony on a big screen. Like that's not going to enhance the viewing pleasure of that movie, you know?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
That reminds me, I want to watch Many Saints of Newark again though. It was fucking dope.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of things that just came out, Stranger Things is also back because Stranger Things season 4, volume 1, which was 7 episodes, came out. Now they have 2 more episodes that are remaining from this season. Then I believe there's a 5th season. I thought it was the final season, but
it's a
looks like
2-parter. They're just cutting it into 2 parts.
But it looks like they're gonna have a 5th season. So what they just released is season 4, volume 1. Season 4, volume 2 is the final 2.5, 4 hours or whatever it is that they have to finish the plot from this season. Absolutely insane. Emma and I burned through it Sunday, Monday. We had off for Memorial Day and finished it. So yeah, over 7+ hours of content. We just burned right through. I think it is maybe the best season so far, which is hard to do on a 4th season. So shout out to Stranger Things. If you would like to talk Stranger Things with me, just hit me up on Twitter and we can go back and forth at it in the DMs, because I got some fucking theories and you know I've gotten completely immersed in it. I was on the Reddit the other day like, this guy's a fucking idiot with that theory. That's never gonna happen. And it's got me talking. It's got me wondering. It's got me thinking.
It's good. I'm happy for you. Like I've said before, I thought it was a fine show. I just didn't really get into it, but I don't know. Maybe at some point once it's all done. That's what I like to do with these shows. When they're all done, I'll finally go watch them so that I can just binge it, because I have one of those stupid fucking brains that we've all been conditioned to have, to where I can't wait a week for things anymore. But
that's kind of
at some point, I think I will, because I thought it was fun. It just never really grabbed me, and I was like, I got other shit to watch.
Yeah, if you rewatch it, it might get you again, because like I thought season 3 was really good. Season 2 is kind of a letdown to me. 1 was good, got you hooked. Season 2 is kind of meh. Season 3 was awesome. Season 4, probably my favorite one so far.
Good to hear.
So yeah, shout out Stranger Things. It's dope, and it's definitely strange, guys. It's definitely strange. Also a comeback kid this week is Cake, because somebody smeared cake all over the Mona Lisa at the Louvre.
But not really.
The Mona Lisa is like covered by like
bulletproof glass.
So like obviously, so you can't damage it, but like put put cake all over that. And apparently they pretended to be like somebody that needed to be in a wheelchair, then got in front of everybody, then stood up and just smeared cake all over it. People are like, yeah, wow, what a shitty person, what a fucking scumbag, what a bad person to do that and try and deface such a priceless work of art. I think that he was just trying to fight back against society's unrealistic standards on women because, like, what, Mona Lisa she can't have cake? Let her eat cake. Let her have cake.
They did it to raise awareness for climate change. It's like, oh, thank God, because nobody in the world's aware of that. Thank you for bringing awareness to something that we're all aware of. We just don't care.
Those are the same people that, no, they're not gluing themselves to tables for climate. That's for animal abuse, right?
Oh no, it was gluing themselves to NBA courts because the owner killed a bunch of chickens that if he didn't kill them, more of them were going to die from bird flu.
Well, they also
but how dare he
like
kill the ones that
Starbucks
were
and
already
shit.
dying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was an actor who did it at Starbucks. Like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, I'm one of you guys. You're like, no, dude, you're not.
Fucking assholes.
Not, bro. I think that, society, he should have definitely come up with a different idea instead of climate change. Not shitting on climate change and saying it doesn't exist or anything like that, but just like try and spin it towards something with cake. Because how does cake have anything to do with climate change? One, I'm also very disappointed in every single reporter that covered this story because I have read at least 10 articles. I'm in the double digits of articles I have skimmed through, and not once has anybody mentioned what kind of cake it was.
I mean, maybe they're all like me. That's the last thing they care about for it. They don't care about the color of the cake or the kind of the cake or the color of the car. They're just like, it's cake. It's cake.
Like, I would I think then you can kind of gauge like what kind of protest it was. Because if it was just a shitty carrot cake, then it's like,
whoa, I will not stand for that slander. Carrot cake is delicious and amazing.
If it was a Tres Leches cake, you'd be like, wow, we don't waste that. But also, like, he obviously really cares about what he's protesting. He really cares about it because he wasted a perfectly good Tres Leches. If it's a fucking carrot cake, to me, I don't give a shit.
Shut your mouth.
To me, I don't give a shit, bro.
If they were smart, what they would have done, because it's an Italian painting, they would have used Italian cream cake. I mean, that's synergy right there. Plus, it's delicious.
True.
Should have used fruit cake.
Or like
broken through the bulletproof glass.
Ice cream cake would have also like just melted and like just caused more of a mess, I feel like.
That's how you get ants.
I don't think he gave a fuck about ants.
Yeah. Oh, I care about climate change, but I don't give a shit about these workers that work here that have to clean up ants now. Asshole.
Which are really just human ants.
Yeah, most ants are worker ants.
They kind of are. We're all really ants if you think about it. Just, something about guys.
I don't think I could lift that much of my body weight though.
An ant can lift like 1,000,000,000% of its body weight, all right, guys? Which just got me to thinking, like, what can you not lift if you really put your mind up to it,
My spirits.
Go out there and lift heavy, fellas. Rise and grind, brothers. Rise and grind.
There you go. Now you've got tomorrow's post, you jackass.
Yeah, I'll just grab that one. I think let her eat cake, and weird tactic. Like, if you're not really even like ruining anything. The fact that it's just like glass, like, do you want to just go put it, like, you should have just smeared cake on a window. I don't think it changes it.
0% chance they knew there was going to be glass in front of it. They thought it was
They thought we're gonna fucking ruin it, bro.
No way that's even the real Mona Lisa.
Oh, I'm sure they have several.
Yeah, well, apparently the real one was stolen in like 1911, and since they got it back, a lot of people are like, yeah, they haven't put the real one on exhibit since. But that's art conspiracy theories, which I'm not super well versed on. But yeah, no, they literally thought they were going to destroy the most famous painting in the world, and they were okay with that. And I'm I'm on record of being like, dude, fuck art. I don't give a shit about art. But if you're like, my cause is this important, I'm gonna ruin the most famous painting on the world that has given millions of people joy, but I'm gonna put cake on it because I care about this thing. You're a fucking dick.
Or Banksy. It's a very Banksy
Actually,
move.
I mean, Banksy doesn't defile famous works of art.
Right, but like that would be like a Banksy release. It's like, see this work like this priceless work of art. Boom. Now there's cake on it, and it's even more priceless. And people are like, oh fuck, here, I'll spend millions and millions of dollars on it because I want that priceless piece of art. And it's like it's a painting with cake. Well, here's $7.9 million because I need to have this. I have to hang this. Like, you're gonna get ants in your house. There's literally pieces of cake on this. There will be ants. Nah, bro, it's fine.
Maybe they just like art and they like snacking.
I don't think you want to snack on that art.
Why not?
It's gonna be all
You bought it.
dried. It gets old after a while.
Some people like that shit.
Maybe.
Got a boner, like they've got a smush fetish and they like art. And they're like, dude, you smushed cake onto art? Oh,
my two favorite things. Oh, I can't do it.
Oh, I'm coming. That's it. That's the episode, guys.
All right. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Pass the gay bitches. Okay. What do we got next as a comeback kid?
You had oh no, okay, now it's on me. This is like mine is just a bunch of TV shows, but I'm gonna kick it off with this one, which is kind of not cool because someone reminded me that because we were talking about all the new shows that are out, and someone was like, yeah, dude, it's Halo, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm gonna watch the end of it, and it's so fucking bad. You just reminded me that I haven't watched it like 3 weeks, so I've got a bunch of Halo I have to watch, and it's the worst fucking show I've ever seen.
Well, then why watch it?
Because I feel like, I fuel myself on fucking negativity.
Yeah.
And I just want to be angry. I shouldn't, because it's just giving them ratings and it's the worst pile of dog shit I've ever seen. But I'm going to do that. Also, I've been saying for years about Letterkenny on here. It's one of the best shows I've ever watched. Their spinoff just came out, Shoresy. I watched the entire 6-episode run the night it came out. I think it was Monday it came out. I just watched the whole fucking thing. It's absolutely amazing. The best shit talking or chirping, whatever you want to call it, in television is on Letterkenny and Shoresy. And this one's centered around hockey. So it's like 40% of the show is just them fucking trashing other people. It's awesome. That one's back. South Park is back. Their new mini event. I don't know what they call them. The ones that they released on Paramount Plus. Like they had
Movies?
Yeah, they're not even really movies, but like they kind of are, like mini movies. New one came out today, South Park Streaming Wars. So I'll be watching that later tonight. Super excited about it. Love South Park.
Nice.
And my final one, Star Wars is back. Finally, after all the buildup, all the years he's been trying to make it happen, Ewan McGregor reprises his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Disney Plus show. The first 2 episodes dropped, I think it was Thursday last week. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. I think the newest episode came out today, so episode 3 is out today. It's just so much good shit to watch right now.
They definitely don't
And
have the kid that played
Wars.
Anakin in it, right?
No. This takes place after what is it? After episode 3. It's just 10
he's
years
watching
later.
Luke. He's watching Luke, right?
Okay, so
Okay,
Luke
you're
is
right.
10. They've got young Leia. Hayden Christensen does reprise his role as Darth Vader, though.
Do you see him in like the first 2 episodes?
Very, very, very quickly. He hasn't had a speaking line yet, but like it's him all burnt up and like, you know how Darth Vader has to hang out like when he's not in suit and like those cryo tubes or whatever, like water all around him and breathing tube. You see his face very quickly in that, but he's all burnt up and shit.
Is he bald yet?
But oh yeah, I mean this is after he got burnt up on Mustafar.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he had some of the hair still.
Nah, dude, he's bald as fuck. But yeah, the first 2 episodes, fucking awesome. This is gonna be a great series. Super excited. A lot of good TV out right now.
I need to watch it. I need to watch it.
And other.
But I'll have to get into that this weekend, maybe.
Yeah, definitely get on it, man. It's really, really good.
All right, so that's our comeback kids there. That was basically all just like what's out on like streaming services.
Hey, what are you watching right now? This is what I'm watching.
That's what we turned it into this week. And
oh my God, we're back. We're back in the pandemic.
And art. Yeah. Well, it's monkeypox, dude. It got Robert. Maybe.
No, we've all just decided that's not a thing. As a society, everyone's like, "Oh, I saw that news story. I ignored it. We're not doing
again.
it again." Nope.
Not again.
Nope.
No. No.
Not happening. Hey, monkeypox, you're done.
Get the fuck out. All right, let's move on to our next segment. It's the What Would Jesus Do segment. When we were growing up, we used to get those WWJD bracelets, but they never told us, what he would do. You were taught to say, like, what would Jesus do? I can ask the question all I want. I'd like an answer every now and then. Since we didn't get the answers, we decided we would give you the answers. So all you gotta do is throw Jesus in a modern day situation he might find himself in. If Jesus came back today, what would he do with indoor plumbing? Could he have some problems with that? Who knows? But throw us a scenario that Jesus would find himself in today's time. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD to Twitter at PassGrayPod, hashtag PTGWWJD at PassGrayPod on Twitter. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our good buddy Josh Tree Cottle at Joshua Tree 713. We were hanging out with him at BuzzFest over the weekend, and him and Mrs. Tree, and it was a great time.
They're always a good hang. They're always good fun.
Yeah, the vibes very high with the two of them.
Great vibes.
But Josh says, I think Jesus is a summer kind of guy. What do you think he'd do for some summer fun?
He's definitely a pool party grilling kind of guy. Just having some people over, having a good chill vibe day.
I initially thought he's a water park dude too. Pool, I think that plays along the same thing because like barbecue, hanging out by the pool, water parking, you're hanging with the boys. Like, it's never gonna get old if you're Jesus. Hey guys, walking on water. Like, do the walk on water thing again, Jesus. Do it again. Like, no matter however many beers deep you're in, you're like, dude, Jesus, do it again. Everybody else has floats. He's just literally just sitting on the water, just hanging. Like, he's got to be a great hang for that. Like, he fits in and all that stuff. Like, he's probably throwing people in the wave pool, but then just parting the waves too. Like, that's funny.
Where Jesus would be a lot of fun too. And I think it'd be a good spot where you wouldn't have to be on all the time. A nice float in the river with Big J. Dude, that'd be a lot of fun. Like, all of a sudden you're like, oh dude, we just ran out of beers. We have a third of the float yet. And he's like, let me see your can. Blah, 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 blah. Full beer again, buddy.
Or wine. We only got wine right now, but don't worry, it'll get you there.
We'll see. That's where he'd still have some fun. He'd tell you full beer. You take a sip. You're like, oh, dude, that's wine. He's like, got you, but it's still free.
Gotcha, bitch. And you're like, Jesus, you son of God. You son of a God.
One of the stop, because you always get off the float at some point or another to have a couple beers. People are partying on a little spot of land that pops up in the river. She's would be great on there. Shotgunning beers with Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically anywhere with water in the summertime. That's what
beach guy. Found. But just, how much fun he'd be at a water park? Just like the lazy river. He's just the wave pool specifically, where he could just be like, yo, turn it up a little bit. And he just moves his hand and everything just goes nuts on one side, and then he does it on the other side. Like, he could really get some waves going, even if the wave pool was weak,
That would be dope. Well, if you went to Schlitterbahn with Jesus, you could leave the park and go right on the river from there.
Yeah. He would like that, I bet.
I think that'd be a good day.
So I think pool guy, backyard barbecue, hang at the pool kind of guy, and then water park guy. That's what he would do for some summer fun.
He's just gonna chill with some friends and vibe out.
Yeah.
Cook some meat, have a couple brewskis.
Maybe build a gazebo with the boys. I don't know. Put together a table because he's a carpenter.
Oh, I mean, I think there'd be at least one weekend where he gives back. Give back to the community. I think you're right. Him and the boys would get together and build a gazebo. That's something nice for the entire neighborhood.
He builds them a table for their living room. Like, hey, you know what? You'd like this.
Jesus goes over to somebody else's house for a fucking barbecue and party, and guess what he shows up with? Hey guys, I built you a custom beer pong table.
Absolutely. It's in the shape of a cross. You're gonna love it. 4 people can play at a time.
That'd be pretty dope. You got the full one down the side and then 3-on-3 going across.
Mini pong, yeah.
Ooh.
I think maybe we're gonna go to hell if we build that, but it'd be funny if Jesus built that.
We just established that Jesus would love that kind of
But
thing.
if Jesus built it, I don't know if I would want to be the one that built that.
I mean, as long we might have to play with sacramental wine though, but I'm down with that.
Whatever you gotta do. So he wants to build that. You build it, and then
Christ
play
Pong.
on it.
I want to play it.
Loser has to pray the most.
We pray for the loser.
We pray for the
Lord, please give him some skills so he can sink a cup. Haven't had balls back in 3 weeks.
All right. That was a good question, Josh. Hit us up, hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassTheGravyPod on Twitter, hashtag PTGWWJD. Now we're going to move along to the not cool segment. That is just, all it's got to do is be something that makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. Hit us up on Twitter @PassGrayPod. Use the hashtag PTG not cool. That's how we get them. We're going to read, we're going to come through them each week and read some of the best ones that we can find. And we'll start with that. Before we do that, let's tell you that not cool is what we're about to do, but something that is very cool is Southern Star Brewing Company, the coolest beers in the world. Pat's drinking a bombshell blonde right now. I have some strawberry bombshell blondes. I got what's left of the bombshell vit that I have. The Southern brunches. If you want a little orange citrus shandy right there, can't ever go wrong with that. But pool beer. I think great pool beer has to be a strawberry bombshell blonde. That's my absolute favorite, and you never can go wrong with that. Southern Star is also awesome for a pool beer because they don't have any bottles. A lot of pools are like no bottles allowed. Beaches don't want you bringing bottles on the beach. It makes a lot of sense because glass can end up being dangerous around a pool. But Southern Star's got only cans, so they were the first to can craft beer in Texas, and now they're just perfect river beers. They're perfect just pool beers, whatever it is. But yeah, go Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. If you want to go check out the brewery, they got all kinds of awesome stuff. D's cooking. It's cooking up some crawfish, my number one ranked crawfish after 124 weeks of eating crawfish consecutively. D's cooking is number one, and I believe number 3 or 4 in my power rankings. So go check them out. Some of the best crawfish you're going to get. They cook out there on Sundays, but there's always something cool going down at the brewery. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. Go try some of their awesome beers that are just tap room only on tap, and let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. They'll hook you up. They'll get you some of the best beer on the planet. Southern Star Brewing Company, best beer in the world, and the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy.
So if you're looking for something this Saturday, they're having their second annual Charo Bean Festival. Charo Bean Showdown. Second annual Charo Bean Showdown. That's the name of it. Looking for 25 to 30 contestants, $15 entry fee. It's going to be in the air-conditioned tap room, so you're going to be comfortable. You don't have to sweat it out outside. Arrive 30 minutes before if you're going to be a contestant, 2 to 5 p.m. Winner announced at 5:30. Winner gets cash prize, bragging rights, and most importantly, Southern Star Brewing Company special gift. They'll provide power strips, cables, tables, sample cups, all of that shit that you need. Just bring your own ladle. They're smart. And a 10-foot extension cord. 3 contestants per table. And the only 2 rules: contestants got to bring their own pre-cooked beans from home, and you have to use at least 1.5 pounds of dried pinto beans. I highly suggest getting up there anyway, because I saw they're now starting to can. I'm trying to remember the name of it. The grapefruit out of this world. So it was the grapefruit IPA.
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast. That's what it was. There was aliens on it. That's what it is. Highly recommend y'all getting up there and getting some of that. Or if you see it out anywhere, I'm sure it's gonna be coming soon. Get your hands on that. It's fucking delicious. Damn it, Verlander just gave up a 2-run bomb. Son of a bitch. I'll feel a little bit better about it in a minute after I finish this delicious Southern Star beer, though.
They're saying Verlander is a Cy Young favorite, right? Like Nestor Cortez is just nodding.
I mean, he was until that pitch.
Nestor Cortez is a better pitcher this year. I don't think Nestor has been tagged like Verlander did his last start. He just looks like Mario, so people don't take him seriously.
Give him time. He's a seasoned vet. He knows what it takes to get through the whole year.
Yeah, I guess so. One Nestor. Nestor's also a fucking cool name too. But yeah, Southern Star Brewing Company, official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy and the not cool segment that begins now.
Not cool, man.
Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool,
man.
Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
All right, we're gonna start off with some listener submitted not cools. Tessa G gives us our first one of the week. Try and pronounce her last name, 'cause I'm pretty sure I did, and it was awful the last time.
Tessagorians, I believe is how it's.
Goriance.
I think it's
Yeah,
one of those ones
I
that
know.
you just don't overthink it. It's how it's spelled.
I
Tessagorians.
feel like I was wrong last time I said it like that, but she'll let us know at
Yeah.
Tessa Goriance, Goryance on Twitter. But Tessa says her not cool is when you work at Starbucks and your closer didn't close the lid to a syrup, so you spend the next week fighting off flies.
Fucking dickheads, man.
That would be annoying.
I know. I do. I'm in the industry. We're battling them all the goddamn time. Those fuckers come in from everywhere. So you do what you can. So somebody fucks up, and it'll literally ruin. You fuck up one night, it'll ruin a week's worth of work. It sucks. It's a never-ending
You're
battle
just-
with goddamn
just
fruit
cleaning
flies
constantly. Yeah.
all the time.
Those
Bleaching the shit out of everything every
assholes.
night. Taping over fucking like little drains in the bar so that they can't get in there at night. Those little fuckers are
Mhm.
resilient. Putting bleach towels over the floor drains. Ugh, they're buttholes.
One of the grossest things they show on like Bar Rescue is where they go to some of those really gross, like nasty bars that they're doing that too, and they'll look at the like they'll do the stress test, and then John goes in and just like rips them a new one, and he's like, "Look at these are fruit flies and the vodka." And it's like they'll go in the little like spout and get like, and they die in the bottom of the vodka, and you're like, "Yeah, that's fucking nasty." That people are just taking shots out of that.
It's a fly.
Yeah, but when there's like 12 of them just floating around in there, it's like
That's why I don't
that's
drink
a little
vodka.
much.
And so sugary vodkas that they'll do it too. Birthday cake vodka.
Oh, I
Just drink
bet.
bourbon.
Yeah.
Drink bourbon. Or gin.
Or yeah, that.
Yeah.
Or that. Or tequila.
I saw a great video today that I need to try. Maybe we should do this up at Southern Star. We can do it with beer. What they had done was they took a crawfish head after they had eaten the tail, poured a shot of tequila into it, and did the shot out of the crawfish. I was like, that's fucking awesome. I want to do that.
Sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that for sure. Crawfish shots.
I mean, we do that with a fucking bombshell blonde. That's basically a michelada.
It's absolutely what it is.
Yeah,
I'm in.
michelada.
100%. Yep. I like where you're
Michelada.
going. I like where
Yep.
you're going with that. Okay. So yeah, having to fight off fruit flies fucking blows. So solid, not cool. Our next not cool is from Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston. She says, I have been having the same issues as Pat, or as at not Pat Dion, with my internet dropping out constantly. It's been 4 weeks now. Do you know how hard it is to explain that the internet is not working to a 4-year-old?
That sounds like hell.
Yeah, like the magic that makes the iPad work is not working right now. And they're like, do I have to just believe in the magic like Santa? And you're like, not exactly. Not exactly. Mommy, daddy have to pay this magic bill to make sure that the magic works and your iPad works so you can watch Paw Patrol. But unfortunately, even though mommy and daddy paid that magic bill, the magic is still not working because the magic companies tends to be a piece of shit sometimes.
I mean, you got to go old school with it. Be like, here's some paper and crayons. Go nuts.
Or you got to do the old box TV thing. Like you get a brown cardboard box, cut a square in it, and then you just have to gotta be the entertainment for a little bit.
But that's the thing. You have to be the entertainment. Be like, I just want you to be occupied.
This is why I gave you
me
an
some
iPad,
free time.
so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, I can't imagine the wrath of a 4-year-old that suddenly can't watch their shows.
Ooh, I got an idea. Remember those? This is gonna be such a dumb idea. But buy those things. They were like the kaleidoscope binocular things, and you had the little circle, and you just
And you click
hit
it,
the
and the
orange
like,
thing, and it's like, ooh, a Mickey Mouse picture. Ooh, there's Daffy Duck. And it's just like different pictures. And you're like, just give 'em one of those.
Yeah, but
Like
here's the
kids that
problem.
haven't ever seen those would fucking get a hoot out of that.
That is true. They would, but then also they're like, "Ooh, can we watch Daffy Duck now?" And you'd be like, "Fuck."
Yep. Put that back on. Watch this. Click it again. There he is. See, there he is. Focus real good. But then
Man,
what you
those were
do
dope.
to occupy him is you tell him he has to find the hidden item in each picture. And there's no hidden items. But then he's laying up there just looking at that. That kills. I mean, that's a good 30 minutes at least.
That is true. I mean, this is why I think it's always a good idea to have those like homemade kits where you can make your own popsicles. Like, all right, we're gonna kill 20 minutes. I'm gonna have you help me make Kool-Aid and then fill these up and then put them in there. And then in 2 hours, we can have a Kool-Aid popsicle.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love a Kool-Aid popsicle? Maybe you especially mark off the ones for mom and dad that might have a little gin in them.
We don't. No. We don't use those. Those are for mommy and daddy.
God, I gotta look up and find some. I used to love those as a kid, man. That was my favorite shit. My mom used to make those all the goddamn time. You make 300 popsicles for like $8.
You just get Kool-Aid or like, but that was the beauty of it. Like literally any liquid. We did that. We used to do it when we first moved in, and like the shitty apartment we had. We'd just buy those like the 4-pack, and you just pour Cokes in. Yeah, it's just like a frozen.
Damn
Coke.
good idea.
Fucking awesome.
Nothing sucked more though when you would go to pull it out and like the popsicle stick would just come out. You're like, ah, fuck, that didn't work.
And you kind of have to just scoop it out and just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna be eating ice out of a spoon. But I mean, there could be
Still
worse
good.
things that happen to you.
Still good.
So yeah, those are some ideas on how to look at us. We're not parents, but we basically are. We actually are parents. This is how we raise Skylar on the internet.
We should run a
We're
daycare.
internet dads. But like Zoom daycare where we're not physically there. We're like, hey, you don't know. I'm not gonna physically make you stop that, but you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be very disappointed with
Well,
you.
there would definitely be a live feed, but the problem is eventually I would just start setting up races for children that people could bet on. And by people, I mean me. Like me and you, we just be sitting there like, which one of those kids do you think is going to eat their popsicle faster? All right, I got $5 on it. Let's go.
Go. Yeah, do they have Zoom daycares? They probably do somewhere, but I feel like that's a really terrible but also funny idea.
No, but like I would assume most daycares probably have a live feed that parents can like tune into.
They do. I think a lot of them do. I know dog daycares do. I know
Because who
people
doesn't
that
want to
have,
see
like,
their dog all
that
day?
they can like be like, oh, look at my dog. My dog's just sitting there. My Emma's sister pays for her dog to go to this dog daycare sometimes, and she sent a video or a picture one time, and she was like, I pay this much for him to go to this daycare, and this is like, it was all the dogs in the room just kind of hanging out playing, and he's just sitting in one of the little kennels that's wide open. I'm just hanging out in this kennel. It's like, you could do that at home.
It's
Don't do that at school.
too much shit
Or
going on.
daycare.
Can't handle it.
Just gonna relax, man. I don't want to do this. But yeah, so that's how you tell the kid that the internet's down, but also not really how you tell him the internet's down. I would use the magic explanation, but say if he believes in the magic enough, then it'll come back, and then just make him the victim or make him the problem. Like, this is your fault. You did this because you don't believe in the magic that runs the internet enough. That definitely won't build like some crazy thing that he'll hold against you later when he gets older, but just something to think about. But then just occupy him by like making popsicles and the little kaleidoscope thing, whatever it's called. I kind of want one of those now.
Get some Play-Doh too. Play-Doh's always awesome.
Play-Doh always wins.
Or some
Sand.
of
I
that
feel like
fart
sand.
goo. Remember the fart goo that you could get where you just push down into it and it goes.
He's a 4-year-old, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll entertain him for an hour.
A 4-year-old. Oh, just get a whoopee cushion, dude. That's hours of endless fun.
Yeah, but then like the thing about the whoopee cushion is then they'll be like, hey, can you come sit down in this chair over here? And you're like, I just wanted you to leave me alone. Give them something that farts when they squish it.
Or
That'll entertain any kid.
ball and cup. A little ball and cup game. I have one of these. It's pretty sick.
Ooh, ball and cup is classic.
Ball and cup is always a winner. Oh, I'm gonna do it till I get it. I'm gonna do it till oh, look at that. Look at that. Just like I've always
Fucking,
done.
you are multi-talented, sir.
Do you have any special skills? Well, I am very good at the ball and cup game. What? You know.
and
So
cup.
yeah, solid, not cool, Danielle. Our next one is from Raimundo Benavides, aka Mundo B on Twitter. He says his not cool is I got taken down by a bad slice of pizza or something with mushrooms in it. I've been throwing up all morning. Yeah, that shit sucks. T's
Yeah,
and P's, my friend.
Hopefully it's only
Uh,
coming out of one end. Because when you got the double threat to deal with, it's just
You got to
brutal.
guess which win. You're like, do I go throw up first? Do I go shit first? I don't know yet.
Like, am I going to throw up so hard that it makes me shit my pants? If I choose throw up first, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous guessing game you got to play at that point.
Yeah.
But T's and P's, brother. Next not cool is from Brandon Davis, aka Texas Cat Daddy, at a stream of cream on Twitter. He says, I hate lines. That's a given. I was at my bank. There was only one teller, which I understand. And the dude in front of me kept finishing and then forgetting one thing after another. The dude did it like 3 times. Teller kept accepting him. Get in the back of the line, dick. So I'm guessing from what he's making it seem like is like, like, oh yeah, I just needed to make this deposit. Wait, actually, like, you turn to walk away. You know what? While I'm at it, and it's like, nope. Once you turn away, buddy, it's the next person's turn. I feel like you do have to give a little leeway. If you're like doing whatever your transaction is with the teller, and then you turn around and you're like, oh shit, actually, before I go, like, I think you get one of those. You get one of those.
Yeah.
But doing it 3 times? No. After the second time, like, there's like, sir, you got to go to the back of the line. This is a different transaction. This is a different thing. No.
Like, God, like, you should walk in and just be like, hey, I've got like a lot of stuff I need to do today. Can anybody help me out in the office? Because once I get up to the front of the line, I'm going to be there for 15 minutes and it's going to fuck up your entire operation. Like, you got 9 people sitting in offices. Only one of you is actually meeting with somebody. I feel like one of you will be able to help me out in your office instead of me holding up the goddamn teller and creating a 15 fucking person line. And I think most banks, like, somebody will be like, this and this, we can probably help you out with. That one has to be at the teller. But if you want to come over here and we can get all of that taken care of from you, and then the last thing you can do over there. People, like, dealing with banks sucks, but most of the time, the people inside, they're still there to do their job. They're still there to help you. They'll try and help you if they can. But the problem is most people wouldn't think to ask. They're like, I'm just going to go in line and fuck everyone behind me.
But this goes back to like years ago, I said this and I still stick by it today. Like, I don't know if it necessarily would work at a teller window, but I think you should get like a shot clock. And it's like, depending on like, oh, you're making a deposit. Oh, you're withdrawing money. You're doing whatever it is. There should be like, whatever the average time is to get it fixed is, they should hit a thing. And like that, you get that long at the window. And then when the shot clock's up, you got to start over. It's not as like, it doesn't make as much sense for like a teller window as it would for like, I think an ATM machine absolutely should have a shot clock where it's like, dude, you get 90 fucking seconds. You get 90 seconds to put your fucking card in, hit the number that you want taken out, wait for it to come out. Do you want a receipt? No. Yes. Okay. Take your fucking money. Get the fuck out. There's people that like will take 10 minutes at a fucking ATM and you're like a driving through ATM. And you're like, what are you doing, bud? What's going on? How hard is this to do? And unless there's some like malfunction with the ATM and like, it's just like not working like that. Okay. I understand that. But like, you need to have 90, like you should be in and out of an ATM in 90 seconds.
Yes. All an ATM should be for is literally pulling money out or putting a money or check right into it. That's it. Shouldn't be any complicated shit you have to do there. If you have to do that, go to the walk-up ATM, not the drive-through one.
Yeah, this isn't I'm gonna hang out here all day kind of thing. You should have a 90-second shot clock and it's boom. All right, start over. You can go through the line as many times as you need. You can go through the line all goddamn day if you want, but you get 90 seconds at a time. And then if there's anybody behind you, you gotta let them go. It's common courtesy.
I think the teller should be a 5-minute window max.
I mean, unless it is something that's like where the teller has to then go do something and it's not you holding it up. I completely agree, because there are times where it's like the teller has to go talk to somebody, then it's like, all right, well,
Okay,
that's
well
not
then
on you
that
necessarily.
that transaction should be done in an office then,
I also like that.
because they can go into the office and do everything and then go back behind and get money and stuff if that's what you need to do. I know, because the bank I used to go to all the time before I finally set up direct deposit and all that shit, they remodeled. They used to have like 5 tellers. They remodeled down to 1. And it was frustrating because like the line would start to roll up, and then the people in the office, and someone would walk out like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I just need to, make a deposit or withdrawal. And they'd be cool, come over here, I'll get you set up. They can do all that shit too. It's just like, I understand that with COVID, everyone had to cut back so much. All these things got like changed down to 1 teller banks a lot of the place, but it fucking so like, yeah, remodel it so you have 1 window, but you know what? Maybe have the option to open 1 or 2 more. Like you're still you can still leave them there. Maybe it's got
like
a wood
Walmart
panel. You need to open
situation
it. Like Jesus.
You're like standing at a Walmart and you're like, okay, there's 400 people in line right now and 2 cashiers. How does this work? Like, whose idea was it to like have 87 like registers and have 2 people working right now?
I mean, the bank I'm talking about though, they remodeled it to where it's just a wall now with only 1 teller slot. But maybe build in, because it's like a wood paneled wall, maybe build in, part of that can pop up and look, there's another hidden teller one that we need to use if necessary. But no, they remodeled to be as inefficient as possible, and it blew my mind.
Just let Chick-fil-A set up any sort of line situation, because no matter like during the pandemic, when I was doing those bonus week episodes, I remember Craig Levati was like, dude, Chick-fil-A should just be in charge of the vaccines. If you want people to get vaccinated, just be like, boom, here you go, bam. Like everybody would have got vaccinated. Like it would have been so.
You get the vaccine, you get a free chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I think people would have done that anyways. But like, it just put Chick-fil-A in charge of like bank windows and like anything that's a highly trafficked area. Like, all right, well, you worked at Chick-fil-A, come on over here, let's do this. Oh, my pleasure. Here, let me help you out. Bam, bam, bam. There's a guy with an iPad. Okay, gotcha. Here you go. I get that it's probably not as easy to do deposits. There seems like there could be a security risk doing that.
No. You're actually onto something here.
Chick-fil-A knows how to run shit.
Banks should exclusively hire from Chick-fil-A's.
Anything with like a line, you should have to have had experience at Chick-fil-A first.
I'm fine with that, dude. That's actually a damn good idea, and I'm cool.
The DPS should really just be run by people that are from Chick-fil-A.
Like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, you guys should just bring in Chick-fil-A regional managers like once a year to do training on line work.
They meet you in the parking lot when you get in. Like you get out of your car, there's a guy with an iPad. Hi, good afternoon. What are you looking to do today? Are you looking to make a deposit, some sort of transaction? You're looking to open a new account? You're like, I'd like to open a new account. All right. Well, why don't you go sit over here with Wendy? Wendy is in office 2 right here. She'll be with you in just a moment. Oh, you'd like to open up a new account? Well, here, why don't you go over here with Jonathan? Jonathan's right here. You know what? Jonathan will set you up right here. Like they would have like you go in all different directions. It would be so fucking organized because Chick-fil-A is absolute chaos, but it's somehow the most organized chaos that you've ever seen in your entire life. Chick-fil-A could fucking fix banks in any line ever. I'm convinced.
I fucking want Chick-fil-A so bad right now, you son of a bitch.
I do too. But Chick-fil-A knows what they're doing. They know how to handle lines.
Yeah.
It is bullshit though that homeboy was like, yo, dude, no, before I leave, just one more thing. Like at a certain point, somebody should have stepped up and been like, bitch, get to the back of the line. Get to the back of the line.
Yeah, that's horse shit. Fuck that guy.
All right. What do we got next? Our next not cool from you guys is from our final listener submitted not cool is from David Ruiz at David_Ruiz90 on Twitter. He says, I got sick after BuzzFest. Now I have a 101.8 fever. It sucks. Hopefully you don't have the monkey.
Yeah, I mean,
like Bobby.
It's not real. We've already established that's not real.
Well, Bobby might have it.
Yeah, dude. That sucks. Now that I know that the lounge existed, I didn't even know that fucker was there. That was super nice to be able to, concert's over. Okay, let me go chill in air conditioning for a little bit. That helped a lot. But see, also, if you're in the lawn, that could be detrimental, I feel like, because you're going hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. That could fuck with your shit.
That's what like Joe Rogan does. It's supposed to be good for you, right? It shocks your system, dude.
Joe Rogan
burning those calories, bro.
He's a specimen, unlike the rest of us.
Hey, you know what? Life is full of hots and colds. What you got to do today, fellas, is you got to go out there and you got to decide: are you hot today or are you cold? All right,
Cold every
something to
day.
think about. Rise and grind, bros. Rise and grind.
You're a real piece of shit.
Robert, grab that one. We'll use that one for another day this week. It's 2 that I've already just marked. He's out here inspiring the masses, bro. Inspiring the
suck.
masses. If you're not following at Pass Great Pod on Instagram every day, like, I mean, you get a motivational quote from me, a little brotivational quote, and then you gotta go check out Pat's dance moves because Pat can dance to any song,
It's
song
true.
you need. Pat can dance.
Send us a song. I'll dance to it.
He'll do it.
Maybe.
So at Pass Great Pod on Instagram and as well on Twitter. Pat has an Instagram. It's fairly new at not Pat Dion. Just whatever our Twitter handles are, follow that on Instagram too. And yeah, hang out with us on the internet as well, guys. All right. So yeah, T's and P's, David. Hopefully you're feeling better, buddy. Love you, man. Let's
Lots
move
of
on
fluids.
to our
Fluids and
lots
whiskey.
of fluids, lots
Water
of
and whiskey.
fluids, and lots of whiskey. Our not cool time. You want to go first, Pat?
Yeah, I'll go first. So thanks to the help of our buddy Raymundo, he sent me that thing about what was fucking up with my internet and all that crap. Oh god damn it, throw the ball first. There we go. We got somebody out. We got somebody out to the house. They looked at our inside cables and they're like, well, no, this isn't really it. First he was trying to say, like, you need to upgrade this, like your side box. We're like, yeah, we know that, but that shit's not in stock. Like, we couldn't get one if we wanted. He's like, oh, we'll do this. We're like, no. Finally it comes out, he realizes everything is actually okay inside my house. All the boxes and cables are fine. The back wire that runs through my backyard, they need to replace that. And they're like, okay, so that's going to be another week, which, like, okay, that's fine. But also, like, so my sister had done like a speed test on it. This thing's fucking up so bad. We're supposed to be getting, I think it's 1200. I don't know if the correct term is megabytes per second or whatever the fuck it is.
Gigawatts.
We're running, it's supposed to be like up to 1200 because we just, upgraded our internet. So we're getting like 150 to 350. So like, I'm actually kind of excited when it gets fixed. Here's the other thing. When we first moved in and they put that wire in, they didn't bury it. They just left the wire exposed.
Probably deteriorated it a little bit, maybe.
I mean, it eventually got burned. But like, if they come and replace it and it's not buried, I'm just gonna call them every single day. Be like, hey, you guys, you didn't do your job. You didn't do your job. You didn't do your job. You didn't do your job.
Just do that thing.
Yeah. Big. Oh, you guys know how you credited us a bunch of money on our account because of all this shit fucking up for a month. Well, you didn't do it again, so I'm gonna need you to credit me more. I don't want to pay you guys for 4 weeks, like 4 months, because you guys keep just you fix one thing and you fuck up another. But I am excited that I'll actually have fast internet for like the first time. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And my other one is because the guy was coming over and going to be in our house. We like completely cleaned the living room where he was going to be, like, did a top to bottom, long overdue clean.
At the hair piles, you clean that up?
No, that's in my bathroom.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he has to go take a leak.
I pray to God he didn't have to go in my bathroom. No, nobody should have to go in there.
So the hair pile's still there.
Yeah. And because we did, and I rearranged the room a little bit to give more room to like the walkways when you're going through. And I've rearranged it and I'm not quite comfortable yet. Like, I kind of slid everything over to the side more, but like, no, I'm not directly on my TV, like in front, and like my 2 side TVs, now the angles feel weird on them. I'm still in the process of like figuring out where everything goes. So like, I kind of have to slightly turn when I'm playing video game. I don't know. I'm still in the process of perfecting. It's going to be a much better setup, but it's new. So it feels weird and I don't like it.
Do you ever do you ever go to like a friend's house when you're growing up and like they're like the Middleton family like living room setup has always been there's a TV, there's a couch facing the TV. Like, that's how it is. Sometimes there's other couches, there's chairs, that like you look at an angle for. But like, I knew people, like, I think Emma's family is even like there were two couches facing one another, and then like in between them was the TV. So you would look to the side.
Turn sideways. And, I mean, there's always been a sideways couch.
You're not used to that for a second. You're like, what is this? And it's like, that's not a weird setup at all. I've just always been used to like couch, TV in front of couch, go.
Yes. And then yeah, there's always one couch that faces it. Normally there's a second couch that's on the side, but that's just in case there's more people in and you've got
Or if
an
we're
area
laying
now
down
that
and
we can
watching
cover.
TV.
Yeah. But to just have only and not have straight on, see, mine is set up for one person viewing. So like if anybody else came over, I'd have to like move some of the TVs out of the way so that they could see. Like it's literally like one in the front and then two on either side of that bent towards me. This is a one person viewing experience because I don't have people over. It's fucking legit. It's awesome for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I'm not about the multiple viewer experience. Like, and every so often, maybe once, twice a year, I'll have some friends over for fights and I'll rearrange it then. And by not to watch fights, I just have people over for Fight Club. We kick each other's
like
ass.
you watch your other friends' viewers fight each other.
Yeah, and I bet on them. Sometimes I fight
That's
toddlers,
what we
but
do.
that's beside the point. But yeah, I got to tinker with it. I'm trying to get everything back to where it needs to be so that I don't feel uncomfortable or have to slightly turn when watching things. But I'll get there.
Makes sense.
Oh, also, this is the big one. I can't believe I almost forgot this one. So, like I said, I went and I bought the car on Monday. It wasn't actually there because it was being shit. It's like a blank template car. It comes in and then they have to put like the tint and the wrap and all that fucking shit on it. And they're like, yeah, the reason I bought that one specifically is because they're like, oh, it's coming in tomorrow. It'll be here tomorrow. And they're like, and you can pick it up later in the day. I was like, well, I work all day. I'll be able to come and get it Wednesday morning. They're like, cool. I wake up this morning, technically this afternoon. I woke up at like 12:45, and I had a missed call, and I call him back. And I had a call from the number yesterday. It was the sales guy, but like for some reason, my caller ID like wrote the name as Fire Eshu. So it's like, okay, this is just random spam shit. I didn't pick up yesterday. I see today that I've got a voicemail, and I realized his name is Phil. I don't know why the fuck came up as Fire, and it was even hard to get it because he's got like a little bit of an African accent, so it's a little hard to understand on the phone. Turns out the car didn't come in yesterday. They didn't ship it, and the factory that it ships from is closed now, and they won't open back up until like the 9th or the 10th. So it's like, yeah, your car will be in on like the 10th. I'm like, okay.
That's a while.
I was like, what do you mean? Like, and I couldn't keep pushing for answers because, like I said, he had a bit of an accent. It was hard to understand, but I'm like, what do you mean the factory is just shut down for 10 days? They're just on a break. Like the entire factory takes a break at the beginning of June.
Was it like
The car's built? It's like, that's the weird thing. The car's built. It just needs to be shipped to the location for the final
some
touches.
holiday that's going on?
No fucking idea. But now when I finally get, I'm like, listen, guys, I had to put up with this shit. Can I at least get a second key? Because I only get the one key. I do have free key replacement for a year though. But I'm like, yeah, I got to get a second key out of this. Like, I'm not.
So just
You got to help me out with something here.
Like, will you have to give them the key and they give you a new key?
No, like if I lose the key, they'll replace
Just
it for
say
a year.
you like the first week you have it, like say you lose the key like 4 times and then you'll have 4 spare keys or 3 spare keys.
That's not a bad idea.
Just be, hey guys, oh dude, shit, I totally lost this key.
But
And
then that's the
they'll be like,
inconvenience
"Here's
of
a
me.
new one."
I'm just gonna be like, listen, guys, I had to wait an extra 10 days. I've needed this car. I
Have,
need
like
this
one
car.
key for each.
Can I just get a
bag,
fucking like? I don't want a lot out of you. Can I just get a spare key? So if I do lose it, I don't have to go out of my way to come here. I think after my car not coming in, I think you can swing a spare fucking key for me. I just give you
Yeah,
$20,000 as a
You
down
probably
payment
could.
on this fucking car too. I think you can help me out a little bit. But I was like, what the fuck? I was excited. I thought yesterday was gonna be the last day I'd have to drive my brother's piece of shit car.
But no.
Now I gotta do it for another week and a half.
But like when you get excited about having something new, you're like, damn, I wanted that. And like that's
Just
like,
like, God damn it.
then. Yeah, no, that does suck, dude.
Buttholes.
Solid, not cool. It's a
But what are you
solid,
gonna do? I mean, I'm not mad at them. It's not their fault.
You should have got it from a car vending machine. Would have already been there.
Thought about it. But what are you gonna do?
I didn't realize that they had to like they just put the cars that you ordered in there. I thought it was like, you get what you get. We got these in today. You're like, all
No.
right.
I mean, if you go to a car dealership right now, the only new cars you're gonna see on the lot are the ones that are in the showroom. Everything is so like, even like everything. We all know supply chains for everything have been fucked up since COVID. That's part of it. And like
Makes a
they're
lot
like,
of
no,
llama.
we kind of like, he even showed me the list. He's like, you know, these are cars. This is the schedule that we're going to be getting them in here. Like he was like, this one is tomorrow. The next one is like, which now makes sense because the next date was July 10th. I guess they just have like a schedule where they're like, they have them already and then they take days off, and then they have them already and they take, I don't know, fuck, that makes sense. But like, I'm just like, God damn it. I want to know what color my car is, damn it.
So yeah, I'm still car colorblind, and I don't want to be that way.
Maybe I probably should just go like drive by there in the next couple of days. Like, hey, you know, something like, is there any way, like, give me a spare fucking key? Like, I have
Just
now
one.
paid for this car. This is 10 days that I don't have a car that I paid for. Like, I bought this car.
Can I get a keychain at least? Something cool.
Can I get a Toyota hat? Give me something.
Just give me. I need something to make me feel better right now because I'm anxious and I'm angry.
And I still haven't done the registration. If I get a ticket for driving around on an expired registration in the next 10 days, I'm
Which
blaming
not
you
gonna
fuckers.
yeah, it's on y'all. Y'all are paying for that. One of my not cools is car related. Last week, my not cool was that my car's check engine light came on. And then I went, got that fixed, and they're like, it looks like there's like a misfire maybe in the engine, but I mean, really, there was nothing like we could see. We couldn't really notice. We didn't really notice anything, but the light's off. So the light went off. I drove up to BuzzFest this weekend, drove back from BuzzFest. Fun fact about that is they closed the hood of the car, but like they didn't close it like super hard. And so we were on my way to drop Wheezy off with my brother before we went to BuzzFest on Saturday. And Emma was like, "Is your hood coming up?" And it was like very loosely, like just like getting blown up a little bit. Like it was still latched, but it was like you could definitely see it like wobbling and bouncing as we did that. And I was like, what do I do if it like? I just assumed because of Grand Theft Auto, like if the car hood comes up, it just flies off. And you just keep driving. But I was like, that would really suck. I already had a bed fly out. I don't need the front part of the car to fly out either. You can drive without a hood though. But my not cool was not that. It was like everything was fine with that. And then yesterday morning, so Tuesday morning when I was on my way into work, I was out of light, and then I see the check engine light come back on. So since Tuesday, my car has been in the shop. The guys are not trying to fuck me on anything. They're not like, yeah, you're gonna need to pay for this. Like they're holding it because they're just running a bunch of stuff on it. They're doing a bunch of tests on it. They gave me like I have a fairly cheap diagnostic like amount that I owe them now, but it's like a couple $100 right now. But like they're really like I trust the dudes that I go to. Like there's been the same people that work at that place, so like I feel like they're not taking advantage of me. But like it just sucks that I thought I was like good, all right, cool, that was just a fluke, and now the check engine light was back on. But hopefully they find out like whatever it is and it's not anything serious and I can get my truck back. But that fucking sucked. And then my other not cool is just things about my apartment that aren't cool. Is by our washer the other day. Like I was doing some laundry and I was like, oh well, you know, sometimes where the detergent is, when I open that, there's just like water in it. And I was like, oh, maybe some of that splashed right here. And then Emma pointed out to me that when you step on a certain tile, water just kind of comes up into like the little grout. And so there's some leaking pipe or something that if you like step on the tile, it just like water comes up, which is definitely not good. But
That's
also
super
like,
rad.
but also like not my fucking long-term problem, at least. We decided that like Emma called somebody, like she filed out a maintenance request. They came up and like looked at it and like it wasn't, of course it didn't do what we've seen it do. So they're like, well, all right, we don't know. But like we've determined that it's probably worse for the people that are below us than it is for us.
Most likely.
So fuck our apartments, really. But
You should go knock on their door and be like, do you guys have water? Like we step on a tile and water bubbles up. Are you guys having water dripping from your ceiling? These assholes won't do anything about it. Like, if we come at them from two fronts, maybe we can get something done. God, your apartment's a bunch of assholes, man.
At my old apartment, I remember our bathtub, like our shower tub, like it like leaked to our neighbors below us. There was some leak that they had because of it. And like we came home from dinner one night and our door was just wide open and we were like, are we being robbed? Like, oh God. So I went in there, I was like, what the fuck's about to go down? And there was just like the guys that were like the emergency workers were like, yeah, we had to we need in here. And I was just like, all right, well, like y'all got to kind of like wrap it up because I got to go to sleep. I get up early in the morning. And then they had to like come back at a certain point in time. And I remember at one point, like I just like locked the door, like, well, I'm gonna go to sleep. So like, hey, we need back in here. Right. But like it's the middle of
In the morning. Yeah, come back in the morning.
But yeah, no,
Like I find
Just
it hard
that
to
fucking
believe
sucks.
that they can only get to it through your apartment and not the problem apartment.
well, I think it was because of whatever happened on my like from my bathtub.
Too bad. Tell them to cut a bigger hole from the bottom.
Yeah, my apartment would have just like been like, here, we'll just put plastic on top of it and leave it there for 6 weeks and then pretend it's fixed
Yeah.
until you called us out on it, and then whatever. So yeah, that's those are my two not cools for the week. But
Pretty solid crop.
fingers crossed for my my truck being okay and the tile not exploding and just like geysering water into our apartment. That would be not ideal for sure.
Wheezy would probably like to play in it though.
For a little bit, but I think after a while, it'll get old fast.
Yeah.
He's
in
all
peace,
right.
buddy.
T's and P's to me, T's and P's to everybody with They're Not Cools this week. Let's move on to our final segment of the week, the answers segment. Not brought to you by, it's brought to you by Pass the Gravy Pod. Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter and Instagram. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Brought to you by PassTheGravyMerch.com. Head over to the merch store and get some Pass the Gravy gear right there. We don't have any more limited edition stuff, but maybe we do another run. I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of demand for some more Frankie Ocho gear. Probably not like new designs or anything, but like maybe we do another 2-week run of the same gear we just put out, just because I got a lot of compliments on my Gravy City jersey I was wearing. A lot of people didn't realize that it did come in a jersey, but yeah, that was pretty bomb. But yeah, maybe we do that at PassTheGravyMerch.com. Go get some Pass the Gravy gear, support the podcast. Let's get into the answer segment where you guys hit us up on Twitter at Pass the Gravy Pod. Use the hashtag PTG answers. Just if you got any kind of question at all, hit your boys up and we will get to the bottom of it. Just hashtag PTG answers. We do check Twitter way more often. You can also email them to us, answers at PassTheGravyPod.com, but we do prefer Twitter at PassTheGravyPod, hashtag PTG answers. This is the answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Our first question this week is from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
It's Skyler.
At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. I saw him and his biological dad, Jerry, saw them in the pit at BuzzFest. They were watching Lucid Illusions with me. But shout out to Skylar. Skylar says, why is every Tool song 30 minutes too long? You know what? Just like father, like son, because Tool fucking sucks, dude. Tool's a fucking dumb band.
Oh,
like,
hey, oh.
Tool's the worst. They just I like words in my songs. Tool doesn't like to put words in their songs. They like to make you listen to a 45-minute intro and then just like,
I don't know.
Wine. Like that's what Tool sounds like. It's because Tool sucks. That's why.
Bro, I mean, I'm not like a big Tool fan. They got a few songs I like. Eulogy is tight. The Pot is awesome with a supremely creepy music video that I fucking love. The Pot, like you can say Tool sucks. You can't tell me The Pot sucks. That's a fucking great song.
Tool
It
sucks.
kicks ass. Got fucking great guitar. Great all around. Who are you to wave your finger? Fuck you. That song kicks ass. If you don't like it, you're a hater. And you know what, Skylar? No
I am a
dessert for you
hater.
tonight.
Tool sucks. I'm proud of you, son. Proud of you for sure on that one. Yeah,
It's you know what? It's
Tool
just it's a
sucks.
different
That's why.
it's a different kind of jam band. And maybe it's just not for you. You don't like jam bands.
If I wanted to
It's
listen
not-
to a jam band, I'd listen to Fish, buddy.
What about Dave Matthews
Grateful
Band?
Dead.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that, but just a different genre of
But
music.
worse.
It's a little bit heavier. To you.
Great question. Our next one comes from Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ. Also hung out with him at BuzzFest. He says, "Are rocks soft until you touch them?"
No.
We don't know that. How do we know though?
Where do you think we got the term rock hard?
Well, we only know how
I
hard
was
rock is
soft.
because we've touched it.
I was soft. Now I'm rock hard. right? Right?
I
I'm
mean,
right.
but it's kind of, if you think about it, we do not know what a rock feels like when you're not touching it. Like, you have to physically be touching it, because maybe it is like, what if it's like a defense mechanism? It just hardens up, so we can't like stab it. It's like, no. But it just does that when it senses that like we're near it, about to touch it. We don't know. There's no way to know. For our whole lives, we could have been around these like soft rocks. Like, rocks could just be soft like little pillows. But when we get near them and you touch them, it's like, nope, defense mechanism. Because if they felt like so squishy, like we would just squish them like marshmallows.
Nah. Rocks are hard, dude. You're just trying to be too weird now.
When we touch them, they're hard. But we don't know what they feel like.
Am I a
when we're not
rock?
touching them.
That raises a better question then. Am I a rock?
You're my rock, bro.
I'm soft until you touch me. Then I get quite hard. Let's go, Jordan! Let's go, Jordan! Bases clear!
You just grand slam.
No, bases clearing fucking double to put the Astros up 5-3. And I bet a -1.5. Let's fucking go, boys.
There you go.
Why does it only say 4? There we go. Okay. I hate that in sports when all of a sudden they like hesitate putting the last
Look,
run on.
I know the score. You put that up there.
Like, come on. I'm rock hard now.
I do think that there's something to think about there. Maybe rocks are soft until we touch them. There's no way to know. There's really no way to know.
Then is my dick a rock?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, not always. Sometimes it's hard on its own, but if you touch it, you're gonna see some things.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Great question, Brett. Real brain buster right there. Javier weighs in with our next question. Javier Perez at Silkies_man, and he says, if dogs are fur babies, would kids be skin dogs?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say Skin Dogs sounds like a minor league baseball team.
The skin dogs.
The Asheville Skin Dogs.
I do like that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it'd be like the Tallahassee skin dogs. The Des Moines skin dogs.
Brownsville Skin Dogs.
The
That's a sound.
Silsby skin dogs.
The Brownsville Skin Dog sounds just like a weird slang term for anal sex. I gave her the old Brownsville skin dog.
The old Brownsville skillet and skin dog.
Not skillet. I just started there because I
I
started.
like skillet though. Skillet works.
Gave her the old Brownsville skillet.
The old Skillet
What's
City
that?
skin dogs.
I shit on a hot plate. That's the Brownsville skillet.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Definitely.
Kids are just skin dogs. Fur babies, skin dogs. But dogs, like DAWG, like your dogs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if it's a minor league team, you got to go
Dogs.
DAWGS. Yeah.
They could play the Savannah Bananas every game.
Oh. What's another city in Georgia?
Lawrenceville skin dogs.
Lawrenceville Skin Dogs. There you go. I was if you said Macon, I was gonna be like, no, they already have the Macon bacon.
No, I used to live in Lawrenceville. Marietta skin dogs.
There you go. That sounds like more of a minor league team city. Marietta Skin Dogs.
Yeah, I'm trying to Snailville skin dogs.
There you go. Alliteration is always good.
Yeah, they have the S's.
Yeah. Snailsville Skin Dogs.
Snellville.
What did I say?
Snailsville.
Snailville?
Snellville. SNELLVI.
Oh, I thought you said snail. Okay. I was like, well, you could be the
I tried to say
Snailsville
it with like a
Snails.
Georgia accent.
It's Snailville Skin Dogs.
Welcome
Hey.
to Snailville, Georgia. Everybody's
What's the-
somebody here.
What's the motto of Georgia? Go Dogs.
The Hoosier State.
You fucking asshole. Go Dogs.
Georgia, when you hear your family. Georgia, that's what I like about Georgia.
Georgia, we gave you Chick-fil-A. Ignore the rest of our history.
Oh, weird state thing that I noticed. You know how the Ford commercials here, like in Texas, it's always like Ford is the best in Texas.
Mhm.
It's like I've always been like, what do they play in other states? And I was watching, I think it was a Yankees game. It was either a Yankees game or it was some game I was betting, but so it may not have been a Yankees game, but then like it had like whatever the local commercial was, and it was just Ford is the best. And I was like, wait, y'all don't get a insert state that you're like Ford is the best in Ohio. No, they just do it for Texas, I think.
You know what's fucking awesome though is that they still sell Texas edition trucks around the country.
Do they really?
Yeah, like I know I've seen regional baseball games. Like you're watching, they go to a Ford commercial, and it'll be like I'm fucking watching the Red Sox, and they're like, "Yeah, get your Texas edition Ford F-150." I'm like, "Whoa, we are the best."
But
You're just gonna,
sometimes
Texans already have too big of an ego. You're gonna feed into it more with that type of shit.
I
That's
feel
a
like
dangerous
sometimes
game.
it's localized ads though. It might realize where you're watching it from, and it gives
No,
you
no,
those ads.
No, because I'll be watching like the Nesson feed, which is New England Sports.
It'll be
Network
like
for
New
people that don't
England
know.
Ford.
Get
Like
your
they'll-
Texas edition Super Duty. Duty.
Duty. Yeah. I just thought that was a fun fact. Like
That's
I
a
had
very
always
fun
kinda-
fact. Thank you for
I
sharing.
had always kind of wondered about that. Like DQ. And they just like, that's what I like.
I think they're only in
Yeah.
like 2 states outside of
Oh.
Texas, though, aren't they?
That's
like
what I
Whataburger.
like about Alabama. That's what I like about Iowa.
I was gonna say some stuff, but everywhere I went, it was just a little too dark.
You know how
Or-
they do like they have like it's a
Blue.
big deal at Whataburgers in like Chicago, and like when store like somewhat like Bucky's opening up in other places, like people are mad about it. Like it would be funny if you're like, we're expanding to all 50 states except, and you just threw in one state, you're like, fuck you. Like, fuck you, Pennsylvania, not going there. All 49 American states besides Pennsylvania, because go fuck yourself.
Because of that fucking accent.
You just have a fucking vendetta against like one state, and you're like, like Oklahoma, nothing for you. You get none
I'm
of
the
this.
CEO, and I just hate your specific accent. We're not coming to you.
I don't want your fucking money.
Come on, bro. Philadelphia ain't that bad. Like, yes, it
Look,
is.
we gotta have like I'm gonna have a Whataburger and watch the birds. The
We don't even
Philadelphia
throw-
Phillies are playing.
We don't even throw batteries at Santa anymore.
I
feel like our accents are like- Yeah, they're Philly adjacent. They're almost there, but
and then they go to like it always
This-
shifts to Irish after a while when we.
this
do it
is what
enough.
happens when you've never been to an area and you try and do an accent, but you've only ever heard other people doing impressions of the accent. So I'm
I've
doing
been
like
to
a
Philadelphia
third person.
before.
Shut up.
I have family
I
in
never-
Maryland, and
but I'm
so a lot of
saying-
times you
I'm
just go
saying
to
for
there,
me-
you drive from Philadelphia to Maryland.
I'm saying for me, I've only ever heard other people doing these impressions.
Pennsylvania.
And that's what's crazy. Like growing up in Texas, and I know it a little bit from visiting family, how like the East Coast, you can just drive to like 7 different states and like 8 different major cities. And in Texas, you're like, that's 4 hours to go to Dallas.
Yeah,
You're
if
talking
you
somebody
were,
from
if you, like,
Massachusetts, they're like 4 hours. I'm 3 states away.
if you put like like people like when I lived in Memphis, people that lived in Mississippi would come to the school that I went to because it was just like right across the state line. Like that wasn't weird, you know. But also like if you put like Texas in Europe, like you could drive across like several countries. You could drive across like 6 countries. Like we saw France, Italy, and England, and again we're in Lubbock. We're in Lubbock.
People up there are like,
Still
oh
from
yeah,
Houston.
we're gonna hop over the next state for the weekend. Today we're gonna drive over off into well, not Delaware because it's not a real place.
Fucking
That's a
Delaware.
psyop. We're gonna drive from
Joe
Massachusetts.
Biden's from there.
We're gonna go into Connecticut for the day. We're like, really? You're gonna take all the time? They're like, yeah, it's an hour and a half drive. I'm like, oh, I would go to New Orleans for the day, but it's 6 hours away.
I would boycott Pennsylvania as a state though, just because Bill Cosby's from there.
I'm gonna say Delaware because it's not a real state anyway. So we're just not gonna go there. It's a
Delaware.
psyop. Delaware doesn't exist.
No, I believe that Delaware exists.
Nope, not true. Never met anybody from Delaware.
Joe Biden lived in Delaware.
No, he didn't.
Casey Keeler coached at Delaware, the Sam Houston head coach.
No, it's a
Houston's assistant
psyop.
coach is the head coach at Delaware now.
No, he was in a government facility for those years. They're making him think he was coaching, but really they were just feeding terrific football knowledge into his brain so he could be the great success he is now.
I like your theory there, but I'm not buying it.
I've never met anybody who's been to Delaware.
That's what that whole running bit that me and my friends in college had, where we just talk like this. We're from Delaware, and we were like, they were like, "Why'd you say Delaware?" I was like, "Just nobody fucking knows anybody from Delaware." Just like
I
tell
bet
me
you,
tell me what a Delaware accent sounds like. You can't because you've never heard one.
you might,
Delaware,
but I bet you if I went up just randomly to, I was gonna say 5. I'll say
Dover, Delaware.
I was gonna say 10 people at work. If I walked up to them and go, "You have 5 seconds to name a city from Delaware," not one of them could do it.
Dover.
Yeah, one because we've done this, and you used to like making fun of it, so you've learned some shit about it. The average person couldn't name you one place in Delaware.
You know what the capital of Delaware
What
is?
what most people know about Delaware is that Joe Flacco played there shortly.
There's a Middletown, not Middleton, but Middletown.
That's not real.
Wilmington is Wilmington, Delaware.
See, here's the thing though. There actually isn't though.
But I've been to Delaware though.
No, you haven't.
But they have like a whole like Delmarva, so it's like
That was East
Maryland,
Connecticut.
Delaware, and Virginia, all like it's all grouped into one.
Yeah, because they all suck. The only good thing Connecticut's ever given us is the campus of Sports Center.
The Yukon Huskies women's basketball. Wow, way to minor or
Okay. Yeah, you know what?
An entire.
You know what?
Like,
I'm sorry about that.
All like the whole culture of women's basketball, bro.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Gino Auriemma, he's a great all-time coach. I retract that. They've given us 2 good things.
Kemba Walker.
It's not that good.
Also, I bet on women's basketball.
Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, they don't look so good now, do they?
Not great. I bet on women's basketball this weekend, and I fucking hate the Minnesota Lynx now. So just fuck the Minnesota Lynx. Just know that.
That's what you get.
I am
Don't bet on Minnesota.
As the biggest WNBA fan on this podcast.
Fact.
Fuck the Minnesota Lynx. All right, just something I wanted to get out there. I have a personal hatred for the Minnesota Lynx, my least favorite team. I don't know who my favorite team is anymore. Actually, I do. It's the Houston Comets, but we don't play anymore. Greatest dynasty in all of sports.
We kicked too much ass. We're like, all right, we're done. We don't need to do this anymore.
We're too good for the league. We're bad for the brand. We want to turn it into just like European soccer at that point.
Pretty much.
So, like, would you say the greatest dynasty in all of sports, like, is it the Chicago Bulls in the 90s, or is it the Houston Comets, or is it the Patriots? Go. Because it's the Houston Comets, if you ask me. Van Chancellor, what he did with those women, just the way he was able to, get them to rise up to be their best. They're shooting through the sky like a comet, and that's why they're the greatest dynasty of all time.
I don't think the Patriots are the greatest dynasty of all time. They're the longest dynasty of all time. They're a dynasty for 20 years.
That's true.
And maybe Bill Walton's UCLA team. That might be the greatest dynasty of all time because they just didn't lose for like 3 years.
UC Comets, I would say.
I mean, they lost some games though, but I'll agree with you. Bring it to the H.
I want to get a UC Comets jersey and just start rocking that again.
That would actually be like a fucking like pool party.
Just
That'd
make
be
that
a
like
fire one.
Yeah, we need Houston Comets gear. There's got to be some gear.
Dude, a Cheryl Swoops jersey would
Big
be
Cheryl
fucking
Swoops
fire.
There's a Lisa Leslie guy. I think she played for the.
Yeah.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how much a Cheryl Swoops jersey is. Here's one for $60 on eBay. That's not
60
too
bucks?
bad.
Take my money. Just take
Oh,
my
dude,
money.
the Team USA one. That's 235 though. But like, remember
You know what?
remember
Still
this
take my
era?
money.
Remember that era of jersey for Team USA?
Yeah, bro.
So
That was like the
fucking
dream
fire,
team,
dude.
wasn't it?
The Dream Team jerseys, bro. Yeah, Cheryl Swoops jerseys. I'm finding on the low end, like $60 all the way up to like 230. Dude, I want a
Expensive one.
96 Olympic basketball jersey. Fucking give me any player on there. That thing was goddamn fire. Maybe the greatest jersey of all time.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get a Houston Comets jersey. So Houston Comets, officially the greatest dynasty in all of sports, followed by Secretariat, and then the Bulls, and then the Patriots. I'm gonna make a ranking thing of that, and then that's just gonna piss people off, so it'll go viral. So everybody just like, can you believe this list? Like, just but like quote tweet it when I do that.
I can't stop staring at
Dynasty.
these 96 jerseys. The Dream Team ones were a little bit different. Those were these ones, I believe. Great for everyone who's just listening. Remember those?
Just picture a really cool jersey.
But the
just
96 ones were
Whatever
just
the coolest jersey is. That's it.
Oh, dude, the Pippen 96 one. Oh, so good. I could honestly just stare at these and just keep saying names for like 30 minutes. Love it. Let's move on though, or else I will keep doing that.
Moving on. I don't know how we got there from Skin Dog. Oh, because we were talking about team names, but yeah. If dogs are fur babies, kids are we're gonna refer to them as skin dogs for sure.
That was our first real Pat and Alex moment of this whole podcast.
That was. We've done a pretty good job today, if I do say so myself, considering the last time it was like 4.5 hours when Robert wasn't here to babysit.
Mm-hmm. Until that moment, we might have come in under 2 hours, which would have been the first time in years.
Hey, yeah, like ladies, takes me a little under 2 hours. I don't think you're complaining,
Ladies, I always come in under 2 hours.
Hey, usually under
way
1
less,
hour.
Significantly less.
Usually under 2 minutes, but whatever, it's fine.
There you go.
It's fine.
Streamlined.
Saving time, saves time for other things.
Creamlined. That's what it is. All right. Next one.
Luke Soin emailed in and says, is the trombone just a slide whistle for adults?
I would say it's the slide whistle on expert level. It's not just for adults, but it is expert level. Like, how when you pick up Guitar Hero, the first time you just play the easy 3 notes, move up to expert and it's fucking flying everywhere. That's the trombone for the slide whistle.
That's a really good analogy for it.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would be like the baritone.
God damn it, shows.
What happened?
Oh, just gave up a fucking run in the 9th. Now it's 5-4. So that kills my fucking 1.5. God damn it, Presley.
There goes that fucking bet.
God damn it. Just shut the door.
Pat's bet goes.
There you go. Yep.
Emma hates the slide whistle, but
same thing my boner just did.
I would think that it's more like of a bassy. It's like a bassier slide whistle as well, but expert level slide whistle I think makes sense too.
Yeah,
because you can always get the burr, 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 burr. That's always funny.
Play the old WB theme. I don't remember how it goes, but I remember there was burr, 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 something like that with the WB frog, that racist ass frog.
He was problematic.
Dude, he had big lips too. That was fucked up.
When he had the fucking like suit on, it's like, did you just try to make Mr. Peanut but with a frog?
Dabba, 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 dabba,
and they changed it to CW.
Yeah.
Or is it a totally different thing? I don't know.
I have no idea. I just remember WB fucking cartoons, man. Astros win.
There you go. All that we're in for
1.5
nothing.
though. No, I
Um,
lost my bet though. God damn it.
Dude, T's and P's though. We'll win that back in hockey.
Tonight, I'm gonna win it back tonight. All my bets are gonna hit. They always do.
Pat and I's Gamble Gang group chat's going pretty well this week. I feel like the vibes are very high. So the friendship is at an all-time high. Boys, we've had some winners lately. When the group chat all goes in on one bet, that's kind of what we're doing. Like you find like, oh, hey guys, here's some stats to back it up. Here's the bet you take, and everybody's like, let's fucking go. And then when it happens, the fellas are just like, well, all right, boys, we're rich, and even though we're not rich, but then when it loses, it's like, it's all right, dude. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you hit. And then we just build each other up, and then we bet again the next day. That's just how it works. Sometimes take a couple of days off because we haven't found any winners. But you know what? I think the vibe is very high right now.
Yeah. High vibes.
Alex O. Speaking of high vibes, Alex McThunder 1 on Twitter at Alex McThunder 1. He says, "Are oranges the only fruit that is pre-sliced by nature?"
No.
Pineapples. Right?
No, pineapples are not pre-sliced.
Oh, you're right.
But somebody else had brought this up, like limes, like they all have that. Well, but grapefruit. Grapefruit's the one I would go with. Grapefruit is definitely the one. But
pomegranate seeds are more what you eat out of it. But like a pomegranate seeds, like they're kind of pre-sliced already if you think about it.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, I don't know, star fruit. I don't know much about those, but I'm sure if you crack those big boys open, they got some slices in there, but I don't really know shit about them. But no, they're definitely not the only ones because we know grapefruits as well.
Citruses are definitely pre-cut. Mangoes are the worst that are not pre-cut. Fucking mangoes are a bitch to try and like cut. That
I don't know. I don't really fuck with mangoes.
Mangos. Yeah. So I think they're not, but they're one of the few. The proud. The pre-sliced fruits.
Be a good band name, Pre-Sliced Fruits.
Yeah, it would be.
Ooh, if you your band was made up of entirely gay circumcised dudes, that would be a good name.
But also kind of problematic. It's probably
no, because they're owning it. I'm
okay.
saying if they decide to do it, they'd be.
I didn't call them that. That would be them calling themselves that, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I just
I'll
like
cut that part
anything
out.
circumcised being pre-sliced.
Circumcised fruits.
Pre-sliced. All right, what else we got?
Last one we got today from the return of Cassie J, the Squatch God.
Oh my God.
And Cassie says, who do you think judges you more? Your garbage man or the cashier at the grocery store?
Cashier, 100%.
It's gotta be the cashier because they see all the stuff you're buying and they're like, this fucking, like, look at this bitch buying White Claws. And you're like, hey man, they're good. Like, but like, you know, they're just judging you. And if they've had a long day, they're doing that. But like a garbage man, like doesn't always see in your trash. Although they could, like, they got more like stuff on you if they're going to judge you, I bet.
No, because like then they would have to
This
rip
guy's
it
a drunk. All there is alcohol in this.
Hell yeah, that's my recycling. But no, the grocery store, like this guy's just buying a 24 pack of Gatorade and Astroglide. You fucking degenerate.
Yeah, I definitely think the cashier judges you more. The garbage person would probably have more opportunities if they were going through your trash, but I don't think they're typically going through your trash. They're just kind of grabbing it and tossing it.
Like if I walked through and just got like People Magazine, a pack of condoms, and 2 Gatorades, they'd be like, you disgusting pile of filth.
Yeah, you buy like rope and some cutting knives and some zip ties, and they're like, wow, this person might be murdering somebody. Like, you know, they judge like even it's like a bat, like that's just kind of a judgment they're making on you at that point. I feel like as somebody that worked at a grocery store, you kind of do judge everything that you see. You're like, oh, this guy's buying a bunch of fruit. He's probably gonna eat a lot of fruit. But sometimes you're like, ice cream sandwiches and bleach. What are we doing with this?
I think they probably do that to me every time because like when I go, I'm normally not doing a bunch of grocery shopping. I'm just like, all right, we need some drinks and some snacks at the house. So it'll just be me walking in, buying like 3 12 packs of like fucking zero sodas, and then like variety packs of like Cheetos and shit. Which, by the way, the last two that I've gotten of those big variety packs of like individual chip bags, they fucked me on the Cheetos both times. This last one, it was supposed to be 7 bags of crunchy Cheetos, not one of them in there. And the last time they only put 2.
Unacceptable is what that is.
Unacceptable.
Absolutely
But like they see me, and it's just getting like,
I'm sorry for your pain.
I'll be getting like snacks and enchiladas, and then like the zero sodas, and they're probably like, "You really think the zero soda's helping you, fatty? Huh?"
Hey, it's a start, all right, you son of a bitch.
But yeah, it's definitely grocery store.
Fatty. I definitely think it's grocery store. Like when I go, like I typically go on, Emma goes on Mondays or Tuesdays usually. I go Friday after work, and I usually will like load up on like, I get 5-hour energies. I get like the pack of 5-hour energies. If I'm out of that, I usually make sure I have some on hand. Then I get like breakfast stuff for work. So I get these little breakfast shakes I have, and then these like pancake cups that I make in the mornings. Like if I have to buy those, then like some weekend snacks or meals or whatever. And then like we get the HEB queso, and then just a bunch of booze. So it's like, okay, well, this looks like, are you ready for just breakfast and alcohol? Like that's all it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm an adult. I get to make that decision.
So shut up. Get off my case about it. All right. Look, buddy, am I paying for this food so you can judge me for it, or is it so you can fucking just scan it and get the fuck out of here? Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know the life we live.
They don't know. They don't understand. How dare them judge us? Only God could judge me.
Only God could judge me, bro.
Remember, that got me to thinking. Only
I fear God,
homie.
homie.
I was watching
fear
Judge
God,
Judy
homie.
today, and you know what? I got to thinking. Only God can judge us. What the fuck is Judy's problem? Think about that, fellas. Rise and grind.
Rise and grind.
Rise and grind. That's about it, right?
Yep.
At Pass Grade Pod, hashtag PTG Answers. I thought this was we were very well behaved for Robert not being here. This was about 2 hours shorter than I had planned on it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you are listening to this on
Go us.
Wednesday, as we are releasing this, you're one of the early birds that listens to it. If you also listen to the Rod Ryan show, you're in for a real treat tomorrow. Good or bad, but you're in for a real treat.
Probably bad.
I'm hoping good. So,
well, so bad that it's
crossed.
good. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't want to spoil it, but if you're listening to this before the Rod Ryan show, little surprise. We're shaking things up a little bit tomorrow. All right. So I'll see you on the radio if you're listening there. And if not, now that if you listen to the morning show and then you're listening to this, then like, please don't be mad at me or us. All right. All right. Love you guys. At Pass the Grade Pod. I'm at Ali Shea Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. We are also on Instagram with the exact same thing as our Twitter handles, at Ali Shea Middleton, at not Pat Dion, at Robert Barbosa 03, and at Pass the Grade Pod. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to podcasts. Share us with a friend. That means the world to us. Gravy Gang, you guys are the best. Thank you so much to everybody that came up, wore our gear to BuzzFest. Just that's ever listened to the podcast. You guys are the best. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. And until we talk to you guys next time, pass the gravy. Yep. Bitches!
No show, he had the mayor, bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole damn club was loyal, the air was looking at her. The next thing that you know,